at $28.6 million as of April 1, 2024. Dr. Andrew Holness has accepted the salary package in line with the public sector compensation review. The annual basic salary for the Prime Minister stands at $28.6 million as of April 1, 2024. Dr. Holness initially declined the adjusted compensation in May 2023 following public backlash over the huge increases in salaries for members of the political directorate. But in a media release from the Office of the Prime Minister yesterday, Dr. Holness said, after careful review and internal consultations, it was agreed that he should conform to the established emoluments and remuneration for the office. The OPM says the Parliament has been advised to effect this change as of September 2025, and consequent adjustments should follow for former Prime Ministers and their surviving spouses. The Jamaica Public Service Company says preparations are in high.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for this Saturday morning. Hey. I am telling you right now. Share up this live here. Call everybody. Because this morning is a serious morning. This morning is no joke morning. Morning, everybody. Hey, Tala! This year morning here is a Tala morning. Who will head the Bank of Jamaica? My God, my God. My God, my God. Why have thou forsaken us? Why? Who is going to be the Bank of the governor of the Bank of Jamaica? Eh? Who? Hey. This no look good. This no look good. No. This no look good at all. This no look good at all. No. I'm waiting on everybody. Because revelation here this morning. You know, I have a friend where I need to call. I have a friend that I need to call. Hey, what a piece of sitting. But there's a saying that says, election have consequences. Yes, it have consequences. And if we no farm fool, then people will take us for fools. Yes. And what is happening in Jamaica right now? The people of Jamaica, they are taking the people of Jamaica for clowns. I got a call about not even 30 minutes ago to say, Colin, you know who is going to be the next governor of the Bank of Jamaica? Eh? Because remember, Ralston had told us, that why Richard Biles is speaking up now when he was saying that the government has been unable to spend their capital budget. Ralston was wondering why, and Ralston said, well, his tenure soon be up. Rotted. Tala! Somebody, oh, the backside. This man. Celine Browning, you up with the times, man. Tala! You up with the times, Celine. I am stunned and shocked. Stunned and shocked. Ed boy, where are you? Ed boy, where are you? Cayman Islands, good morning. Morning. What a Saturday morning. What a Saturday morning. Governor of the Bank of Jamaica. Will there be any kickback? Somebody go and get a part of the money? Lord God, let me ease off a little bit. Let me play that clip here and ease off a little bit. Ease off. Ease off. No witchcraft.
Welcome back. Continuing the news. Chaos erupted at the opening of the new health center in Belfield, St. Mary, as JLP and PNP supporters clashed. It started after former MP Dr. Norman Dunn was invited to speak. The police had to be called in to calm the angry crowd as the exchange got physical at some points. No one was hurt during the fracas, but it's clear there is tension within the constituency.
A standoff between JLP and PNP supporters in Belfield, St. Mary on Thursday. It was supposed to be a community meeting on sugar drinks and taxation and the opening of the new community health center. But instead, it turned into an emotional tirade minutes before it was scheduled to end. The police had to be called in to calm the crowd, but the people got even more angry. The tension started after this presentation by Member of Parliament for South East St. Mary, Chris Brown.
Minister, I know you say it is a relay, but this health center has been a long time in coming. Oh, yeah. It did not begin yesterday. Oh, yeah. It did not begin last year. It did not begin 4 years ago. I heard you mention the former MP who I think is now the caretaker. Yeah. It did not begin in 2017 when he came here. This journey started years ago when community leaders and residents recognized that Belfield needed more,
which appeared to trigger this response from former MP for South East St. Mary, Dr. Norman Dunn.
And I don't want to be political because I'm not here for that either. And I've never done so. But some people have a notion to say the money was there before. That's a lie. I need to understand that fact. This minister has allowed, this minister has caused this facility to be built.
And that's when the crowd lost it. They were even more upset. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton invited the former MP to speak at the function.
I want to say to you, enjoy your clinic. Enjoy your clinic. This is government taxpayers' money at work. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
He's out. We have Nephew upon the line. Morning, Nephew.
Morning, Mr. Bell. How you doing, my brother?
I am worried, shocked, and stunned this morning.
Well, I have some good news for you. Good news for you. But before
Andrew
I
Wellness
start,
resign? Or Christoph Tan?
Before I start, it seems
Or Daryl Vaz?
Mr. Bell.
No, you say you have
Mr.
some
Bell.
good news, and any good news coming from a Labour right now, it must that Andrew Holness, Christoph, and Darrell Vaz. Who else?
Before I give you the good news, it seems that Pepe is on tour same way, man.
Stop watching my business.
All right, sir.
Only my rights of bad mind. You never see the bad mind on a KSAMC.
The good news is that Jamaica House has made an announcement that the Prime Minister for the first time will start to collect the salary of $28.5 million, which he should have been collected some years ago.
Tell me something, nephew. Hold on. Mute your phone and listen this and tell me how you work out this. Listen this.
To give back the money to the government. There's no account that you can.
Hold on.
The government payment system work is that MPs and ministers are paid through Parliament. Cut off for processing of salaries is usually around the 15th of each month. There is no mechanism to give back the money to the government. There's no account that you can take your salary and give back, because giving back the money to the government means that you would have to, the TAJ taxes that they draw out of your salary, 30% above $6 million, you'd have to get that back from the TAJ. You'd have to pay back the NIS. You'd have to pay back the NHT contributions. You have to pay back the education tax contributions, the health insurance. You'd have to pay that back as well. So to give back money is really not practical. The only way you cannot get paid is if you resign. And I don't suspect any of the gentlemen speaking will resign.
Yeah, what do you do?
So let's give an example from me as a minister. Monday mornings, I start my morning. I get up and I finish reading cabinet documents. And I reach 4 p.m. at 8:30 for infrastructure committee. When I leave infrastructure committee at 8:30, it probably finishes sometime 9:30, 10 o'clock. I go to cabinet, which starts at 10 o'clock, where we discuss a wide range of issues or other issues in terms of approving expenditure for certain things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes this goes up to 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, especially in budget period, it will go further. On Tuesday, I go to Parliament, but before that, I have to have some meetings because I've not met with any of my staff yet or any of my agencies. I am responsible for GIS, I'm responsible for PDCJ.
All right, so nephew. Unmute now, nephew.
Yes.
Explain that clip to me where Robert Morgan say none of the MP then can't give back the pay. Explain that to me.
Repeat what you said a while ago, Mr.
You listened to the clip a while ago with Robert Nesta Morgan. This was right after the salary increase.
Yes.
Yeah? When him said nobody can give back the pay. The order make everybody have to get the pay. Explain that to me.
Yeah, but the Prime Minister never take his own. He never, and you know that.
It's not for you to take, hold on. It's not for you to take. The law was passed, and based on what Morgan has said, when the law passed, your pay is put in your account. You can't send it back. Well, explain that.
I am going by the release from
Jamaica. Hold on. Yes. And I'm missing, so you know, this man at the time was Minister of Information. You remember?
Information Division among another.
Hold on. Let's take it back. Because we don't want to hear the whole lie. We just want to hear the little part.
The way the government payments
you alone, nephew.
MPs and ministers are paid through Parliament. Cut off for processing.
Come back again. Listen.
Well, the way the government payment system works is that MPs and ministers are paid through Parliament. Cut off for processing.
And hold on, would you agree that the Prime Minister is an MP and a Minister of Government?
Yes, man. Yes, he is.
All right. So basically, this refer to the Prime Minister too, don't?
The government payment system work is that MPs and ministers are paid through Parliament. Cut off for processing of salaries is usually around the 15th of each month. There is no mechanism to give back the money to the government. There's no account that you can take your salary and give back, because giving back the money to the government means that you would have to, the TAJ taxes that they draw out of your salary, 30% above $6 million, you'd have to get that back from the TAJ. You'd have to pay back the NIS. You'd have to pay back the NHT contributions. You have to pay back the education tax contributions, the health insurance. You'd have to pay that back as well. So to give back money is really not practical. The only way you cannot get paid is if you resign. And I don't suspect any of the gentlemen speaking will resign.
Yeah, what do you do?
So let's give an example from me as a minister. Monday mornings, I start my morning. I get up and I finish reading cabinet documents, and I reach OPM at 8:30 for infrastructure committee. When I leave infrastructure committee at 8:30, it probably finishes sometime 9:30, 10 o'clock. I go to cabinet, which starts at 10 o'clock, where we discuss a wide range of issues.
We don't need to hear no more of that. Nephew,
Yes, my brother.
you can't
So,
explain that.
What that mean, Mr. Patterson pension will now guarantee a 28 million a year now, which is good news for PJ Patterson as a farmer.
And a good news for Bruce Golding. On a hypocritical, someone. You couldn't take the beam out of your eye first. You have to look after me. Bruce Golding now gonna get 28 million too.
Yes, man.
Hey, uno just show. Hey, uno just show no colors all the while, you know, man. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Bell.
No. Yes, Neville.
Mr. Bell. I am so ashamed of what take place at that clinic open in Belfield, St. Mary the other day. I'm very, very embarrassed. It shouldn't have taken place. And I am ashamed of what take place here, Mr. Bell. It shouldn't have happened.
May I listen
it
to you?
shouldn't have happened.
Who is responsible?
Mr. Bell, all I will say, all I would say is that the After 3 Transport Center, it was Peter Phillips who built the idea. And he built that center. And it turned out to be a masterpiece of work by Peter Phillips. But he never get a chance. He do all the preparation of the ground, the planting of the seeds and so. But he never get a chance to reap it. It was Mike Henry who opened it. At
the same way him build the foundation, plant all the seed for the economy grow. And GLP take it and I go on like a fool. But guess what? Because I never want to plant the seed, I don't know water it. So see the whole like tree drop down a ground, you know.
What? We no one. Look here.
But may I ask you a question? Who is responsible for what happened in St. Mary?
I think the Minister of Health has to take the blame. I think he blundered.
Thank you, nephew. Thank you.
I think he blundered.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Again. We talk.
Blessings. 876-804-7072. What a Saturday morning. Morning, caller, morning.
Morning, Colin.
Morning. You know a man near Harbin Hill? you know about a man near Senator Harbin Hill?
All we know him.
I know him did sell the sugar land them. How much he did?
You would think.
How much he did pay himself again? $2 million a month back in about 2008. Hey, then turn the $2 million, $2 million. And I like know when $2 million, 2,000.
Colin.
Yes, mama.
Me want to tell nephew something, you see. Nephew, if you're a big man, you see, all of them pill the way I put in your system where Andrew feed you, you know, good for you.
No.
Stop solar the pill them, you know, good for you. And if you don't know how payroll work, if you don't go to your payroll and say payroll, and these are the only reason why Andrew couldn't take his money. Andrew got payroll until payroll say, you see, for the next 5 years, send 80% of the increase I may get, go to charity. I'm going to keep the 20% increase. So the 5 years pass now, so all my money come back. He might get all my salary now, that's why I come announce it, say, him might take all my pay. That is the only way I can look at it. He must tell payroll, say, I don't want my pay. He must write a document to payroll and say, I don't want my pay. Because everybody's salary is automatic, especially when you're working in government. You don't have to go to somebody and say, I want me increase. The increase come automatic.
Andrew,
so that's the only way.
Is a confused fellow.
He's very confused. You know how confused him be? Him confused to the point. Remember, you know, just the other day, Christopher Tufton was blaming the baby mothers that them are the reason why they pick the dead. And now this man, with him out to order self, him no say diaspora don't like him. Him go tell diaspora if he come home to come address the birth rate. All that concern we.
No, but you know something I want to tell Andrew. Andrew miss a point. Because he's saying that it's bureaucracy why people from the diaspora don't want to come home. It's two things I want to tell the Prime Minister. If it's bureaucracy why people don't want to come home, Mr. Prime Minister, you, Andrew Holness, you are the bureaucracy.
And the reason
him are the bureaucracy.
You are the bureaucracy. What?
But here the critical point where him leave out.
Understand.
Here the critical point where him leave out. One of the reasons why people don't want to come back to Jamaica is corruption. And if you look for corruption and looking at the dictionary, the Prime Minister picture there beside the word.
Not entire biography there beside the word, but Colin, not even corruption. Because what is the diaspora coming back to? Because there's no infrastructure. You're telling us to get pregnant. There's no hospital to accommodate nobody. They can't even accommodate people that is there.
You know, wife. Start. You have two people from Wapi Kill Philip, brother. You have two people from Wapi Kill Philip. Lick two more, man. Bust two shot in half. Bust a shot in half, man. Lead the way, Prime Minister.
You have a lot of females on your side.
And you have money.
You have a lot of female MPs over there. So lead by example.
Me go to him and his wife. Prime Minister, you want more kids? Fire a shot.
Yeah, man.
Fire a shot in
you
the
lead
parliament.
by example.
And
set
come
the
in at the
trend.
parliament and touch your wife belly and say, I am starting.
Yeah, man. See
I am
here and me do this.
Step up.
And me do this.
And then call we.
Step
Prime Minister, hold on. Prime Minister, if you fire a shot, me boss one too. Me I tell you that.
Simple. But what is it? What is it? What infrastructure is there? What is it that you're putting in place to ensure that when people come back home, we have what we need to have the kids? We not have no money, nothing in the country, no road, no hospital, school dilapidated, no holy school full of because you not build no school.
A pregnant Andrew and you're pregnant, and then when hospital malfunction and foul up go on, tough time continue you say because you're not dealing with proper hygiene, make your picnic dead.
Your fault.
Yes. Let me tell you something.
And then the one thing before I go call in, this sugar tax thing, you see, everybody is saying, oh, it is fine because health-wise and all of these stuff. Isn't it ironic that this same government, every corner you turn, you see a new fast food chain open, which of the three evils, the fat and oil, the salt or the sugar, which one is worse?
Say that again.
Which is worse?
Say it again.
Of the three evils, the fat and oil, the sugar or the salt, of the three, which is worse?
Say it again.
Because we can't
ask the question.
When you want the energy.
Hold on, Miss if you ask the question again.
Me say of all the three evils, the fat and oils, the salt or the sugar, which is the least evil?
Questions for Christopherton.
Question for the so-called health minister who is a doctor of PR. Which is the three? Which of the three is the least evil? Because when me want a boost in my energy, when me I work for 15, 14 hours for the day, I go drink one Pepsi, I go buy one chocolate and eat it. Energy boost, me feel all right, me can finish my day. But when you have the whole heap of salty fries and all of the fatty chicken and the fry, which one do you think will lead to? And KFC ever full? The only thing KFC sells sweeter than drinks. And you don't have to drink the juice.
But you know the hypocrisy night caller. I heard Dr. Tufton and Dr. Tufton state the acceptable amount of sugar that should be in a drinks. If it is about protecting the health of the people, why you don't say to the drinks manufacturer, say, any drinks
with the sugar content.
Hey, hold on. Any drinks with a sugar content less than this, pay no tax. Over that, we are tax you. Why would not bring in that?
We are tax you. Simple as that.
And
simple as that. If that's the only way. Because poor people, when they go to supermarket, all of them basket full of a sweet, the Capri Sun and the little box juice when them buy for them picnic. We can't afford no more than that.
Listen, the producer
and people need to understand that there is sugar in orange juice.
Well, I know. the producer and I had a discussion yesterday morning discussing the topic before, because we normally have a little power before we come on and discuss these things, you know. And she was saying to me, this tax has nothing to do with the concern about the people health.
Nothing.
They want to make $10 billion off it. It's $10 billion. Them plan to make off it. Then if people stop drinking, the government fart.
Oh, you make the 10 billion.
The government
you make the 10 billion if people stop drinking.
Listen, man. We don't stop the rubbish. We don't need to stop lying to the people now. We don't make me feel like, say, me's a prophet. Because every time we tell... Talk, Carla, talk.
The government knows that this is what poor people can afford. So no matter how you tax it, then go buy it.
They have
we
to
can't
buy
afford
it.
nothing more.
They have to buy it.
They have to buy it. So you could have put on 20-30% on it, then I'm going to buy it same way if I even want. If they normally buy 6, then I'm going to buy 3, because that is all them can afford.
Hey, the labor right bloggers and bloggers, they're not shame.
More.
No shame. This government continue to put on to shame, wipe them foot pound. Jesus.
And you know, I heard somebody say the other day that even though the government is saying that there were no new tax was introduced, they can preach it like Paul that no new tax was introduced. You go somewhere today and the fee we normally pay to get one permit, just for instance, the fee we normally pay to get a permit is like $5,000. Next week when you go back is 10.
No, I don't know.
Where you think that other $5,000 is going to?
Hold on. I don't know if you hear when we did back up the one Marlon Mag and the morning when it come about no new tax. We said no new tax, but increasing taxes. And
increasing taxes and increasing fees.
But all those fees are taxes. They are government revenue. All of them come under taxes. Them increase license upon gun. Yeah?
Them will increase upon everything.
All kind of fees them increase. So when them come talking about no new taxes, yes, they're not bringing a new aspect of tax, but they've been increasing taxes. They increase
and remember,
property tax.
I called you sometime last year during the hurricane period, and I said to you that look out for the NIDS, because the NIDS is coming back.
Yeah, man.
The NIDS is coming back, because just notice that the government has done nothing. You have heard, all you hear the government is saying, we are going to do, and nothing gets done. Because every going to do thing that you can think of that the government said, just go back and look at it. Nothing is being done. So you go back and you start to increase taxes from people. You get the money from the multilateral, you get money from everybody, but we can't see nothing being done in the country.
Listen,
where's all the money going?
Let me tell you something.
Where's the money?
Lambert Brown's speech in the Senate yesterday was something to listen and watch. The government is out there bragging on all the bloggers and all the supporters of the government. Out there trying to support the government. Lambert Brown asked some questions yesterday. The asset tax was put in by the PNP under the Portia Simpson Miller-led administration. The drawdown from the NHT was put in by the Portia Simpson-led administration. Why were those measures
put it in the first place?
Right. And they were put in because the GLP crashed the economy and IMF needs certain things, the wage freeze. Now, since the GLP came in power with their big promise of 5 in 4 and all of that, what measures have they put in to continue the stability or the growth of the economy? They never come with nothing, because the NHT drawdown was supposed to end 2016. They had to continue that.
2016,
had it not been for that, where would Jamaica economy be? The asset tax was
hypocrite.
The asset tax was supposed to come to an end 2016. I'll know it in place. Andrew is when you talk about hypocrisy, Andrew is the epitome of a hypocrite.
The media is at fault, because nobody is bringing Andrew to task and say, Andrew, you remember when you did say so? See the clip here. You remember this when you did say so? So, oh no, for the 10 years gone, and another 5 years, 15 years. You literally are raped the NHD and nobody can get no house.
No, but
when you say, even if it go to court.
Carla, Andrew Holness told Dean Jackson Miller that when he become prime minister, he would ring fence the NHT And I see Cliff Hughes a try. Him a try put pressure upon Mark Wallen because Mark Wallen I said no, him not agree with it. And him a try, but him can't call Mark Wallen a hypocrite. Because I guess it's sticking in his mind. Say Andrew did say where Andrew did say. Me see the idiot one when he winner. Hey man, where you come from? Where you eat for dinner? Is it not the smallest room in your house you eat dinner? Because no, must the smallest room in your house you eat dinner. Because when
he
you
went
try,
as far as to say, that even if you went to the court and the court ruled that you can use the money based on his principle and what he believed the NHT is supposed to be used for, he would not use the money. That's what he said.
But that now show everybody
so
that Andrew have no
principle.
It's no principle the man have. Hey.
Andrew don't have no principle. What principle can Andrew have?
Anybody who
this man is just a blatant liar and nobody is taking him to task. The media are pussyfoot around Andrew. When I time to ask the question them, everybody just shy away from the question. And when Andrew says something, nobody is pressing him and say, Mr. Prime Minister, no. And I saw you this say.
But you don't realize what them do.
Everybody listens.
You don't realize what them do in them press conference. Them care some little young journalists we are learn. And them
when
they
I
don't care.
Ask the question them. When I ask the question, but even when people like Dean Jackson go there, Dean might ask a 1 and 2 question and then whop it back on them to try to get clarification, but you still not getting the answer out of them either because they're not asking the question straight up. They're not asking the straightforward question. They ask question and kind of slide off of what they want to ask. Ask the question up front, yes or no.
And that's why I say, when Andrew come out and say I'm not afraid of nobody, Andrew, you lie. If you're not afraid of nobody, give me an interview. Give me 10 questions.
Is trying to turn Jamaica.
10 questions more on Prime Minister. 10, just 10. I'm going to ask you about your statutory filing. I make a commitment. That means I have to ask you about your statutory filing.
Andrew is the reason why the brain drain in Jamaica is so big. It is draining. This man is drain the energy of the country so that he can fulfill his promises where he make the people feel all of the money when he take.
Me have to run. Me have to for 14 minutes, Carla. I have to run. I have to take 2 more calls.
No problem, Colin.
Thank you. I'm waiting on Raleigh to join. Where are the labor right bloggers and bloggers? You don't know shame. Vaz say I'm going to buy a new bus. Uno is a setash. Hey, you see all the work they are defend this government. Uno are traitor against Jamaica. No. No mean Jamaica no good. Morning, caller.
Top of the morning, Colin.
Blessings.
To you and your listeners.
I'm vexed this morning. Me a rat.
I'm vexed what you happen now. If you understand the man, man. The man telling you what you think you know what hear.
No, I know the man. I more than understand the guy. And that's why I blame the Jamaican people.
Can he do anything? He will do anything for getting a power, stay in a power. You understand?
When you hear that man talk about power hungry, himself he might talk about, you know.
Everything when I'm doing, when he say whatever about the pain places, him attack, him describe himself.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, I tell you, 2 things me realize. Me listen to a show last night. I'm listening, man, and the show itself, you know, Andrew attack. Yeah, man, so I'm bringing him on internet.
Andrew are bringing
because
him bringing him on internet.
You don't hear speech. I talk to some people. Serious thing. A man say, the same needs where Carla just talk about.
Yeah.
Him talk about that too. Say my merge all and government entities. Him talk about go digital.
Yeah.
And him lay a fiber under the ground to the main information center. And every citizen in the country I go use it to do them business or do whatever. And thing. And he go as far as say, no, listen, you know. Never ask a question because you know about football. Him say, seriously. Any other caller agree with me, just call and ask, tell you. Him say, because people have put too much information out and people are informed people about some things when they exist. And I tell lie. So I'm going to control that. I'm going to be a referee. What referee do not have football, man?
No. Basically, situate that the standards of the game are the rules are adhered to the rules of the game. Andrew can't referee, nothing him a broke rule.
I referee control the game, man. In give red card, in give yellow card, him allow goal, in disallow goal.
Yes. In control the game too. Yes.
In give extra time, in blow half time, in restart the game, in do anything, man. So all the bloggers them answer. And just do some
unlock
God. So they can't get no bad
Israel! And that Israel is a dictatorship and draw run, but me tell you, so if you win this election,
exactly.
A dictatorship Jamaica going on.
Just like China and North Korea.
Yeah,
you
man.
can't say anything, the man they shut you up.
Yeah, man.
So I hit him at the because from the man them demon sit with my teeth for chicken, man. Man vex about it.
Yeah, but that never that never nice still. Me not like them something, Carla. Me I tell you the truth.
No,
I don't like them something. When me see them something, they then disgust me.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Them,
vex, man.
Hand of Malawi.
Yeah, man. When me see all that, man, I was so pissed. Why you don't want to put out them misleading
information? That's extreme still.
Me think people forget lock up for them. They're sitting there.
Extreme, but thing they used to go on the one over thing still. In 9 days, cartoonist didn't name. Leandro. No, but you see, everybody knows what Leandro did that put out is a cartoon, is a joke thing. But when you come on the internet now and put out a real video, some people not so savvy, you know. So when they see it, them believe, you know. Yeah, some people see it and believe it, you know, brother. Me believe people get arrested for them there. When you put Malawi foot in a handcuff and not no gosso, who put out that video must be arrested. Yeah, man, me no back them thing, brother. Yeah, the Prime Minister, a thief chicken. By the way,
you forgot jail.
By the way, the sugar drinks.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah, the caller put you out something, say, boy, you say, put in less sugar. I'm going to give you this incentive.
That's what I am saying to Tufton. If it was about the health of the people, say to the manufacturer, if your sugar content is below this amount, no tax. Once it's above this amount, full tax.
Oh, let me say something to you. I was a child, just like you too. It's when you drink, you pay them on the syrup park and still to drink. And you run up and down.
What do you mean?
Just something that my children probably now run up and down to expel the energy.
Aye. Yeah, them sit down in a house too much up on computer and them take bus go 2 chain down the road and all of them stuff.
Mrs. Student just got a son and take bus or taxi. Then my time I walk 1 mile go to school every morning. I have to go home for lunch, come back after lunch and go home in the evening. 4 miles that I do a day.
Yeah.
Walk come morning, walk go home lunchtime, come in and eat at school, walk go back to school, and walk back home eat in the evening after lessons.
Me used to do that too. Yeah, man. And sometimes when bell ring, we are run go home, you know, because we are run come back, we come ramp.
All right. Not gonna further.
We are run come back, we come ramp.
Yeah. Bell ring, so we run out of class.
Because we have to reach back at school for the ramping, can't left way.
All right. When we go back at school after lunch, I walk back door. But you see when we reach at school, the bottom say you're on the batting side, you're on the bowling side.
Yes.
Pick ready for you.
So that's why you race go back, because you have to get your game. Yeah, man.
Boy.
All right, my brother.
Yeah,
respect
man.
and thanks for the call. 876-804-7072 is Peer Madness Aguana, Jamaica. Darrell Vaz, come to the front of the line. I did tell you, Darrell Vaz, that the whole bus couldn't work. This was the tape I did on the 8th of July. Listen what me say to the people of Jamaica.
To both questions. Not from anybody who accosted me on my page, but from Minister Vaz. So the reason why I use bus is for expediency, to hurry up and get the bus then before the...
Start about this, Shaka.
So, yesterday I sit down right here, so I'm going to ask 2 questions about the school buses. Why use bus and the cost. So I've gotten answers to both questions. Not from anybody who accosted me on my page, but from Minister Vaz. So the reason why I use bus is for expediency, to hurry up and get the bus then before the election. The cost, $1.4 billion. As I said to you yesterday, I am for school buses. Now $1.4 billion buying 110 old bus. Now in the press conference, him says some of them are 8 years old and 10 years old. I've been trying to ask how many of them are over 15 years old. Yeah? Now, $1.4 billion for 110 old bus. I am putting it right here. That $1.4 billion could have bought 100 brand new coaster bus from Toyota Jamaica. Which one would you prefer? I would prefer the 100 coaster from Toyota Jamaica.
Waste with money. And now he's asking for $2 billion more. I am calling on the Jamaican people that we must insist that we get accountability for the 110 old bus first. All documents must be presented to the people of Jamaica.
Yes, Mr. Bell.
Hold on, the caller. The Auditor General must audit those buses first before Darrell Vaz get an next penny. If you go buy no more bus, we must know exactly what happened with that 110 old bus and the $1.4 billion. Did the Jamaican people get value for their money? We have questions, Darrell. And you could have huff and puff. I'm not afraid of you. You can't take my money and spend it like how you feel by a whole bus, and then now you come admit that the bus them not fit for purpose, terrain issues and all of that. We did tell you that. We did tell you. And we want to know the rest of money there. We want to know every cent how it was spent. Full accountability before you go buy no more. I'm not take people for jackass. Go ahead, caller.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
You guys get the 60 bus, man. You don't get the 60 bus other day, man.
Him say 82 there, you know. That him saying at the press conference. Say 82 buses there.
Chevron nationwide say yesterday he tell a caller that the next 60 bus get, so all 110 bus is here.
Well, Darrell Vaz said
that's what Chevron say yesterday.
No, them they are Jumbi in a man. Our vehicle are licked down them their road. How them then walk out in a vehicle road. Darrell Vaz in at the press conference say 82 bus. That's what Darrell said. And whether Darrell say 82 or shed chuck said 110, we want the Auditor General to do an audit and tell us how many bus came, did we get value for the money, and what happened to the money. We want to hear from the Auditor General. We don't want to hear from no labor-wide.
The man say yesterday, so well, then the next 60 bus, Vaz get the 60 bus so them can put things to rest because all 110 bus is here. So I just call you to find out if you guys have that information that all 110 bus is here.
Hold on.
That's my 2 piece.
Me I go look for Vaz. Listen to Darrell Vaz. Listen, Vaz.
Finally taking the advice after elections.
Instead of used buses, the move is a total change in policy. To the position leading up to the general election last year, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz gave an update earlier today at a press conference.
Here is the better news. It will be 100 new school buses. So we are moving from the used school buses, purpose-built. We have gone through expressions of interest. We have concluded on the specifications based on all our due diligence across Asia, America, Europe, and the responses to that expression of interest has brought us information to be able to develop the specifications.
Now, the 100 new buses are expected in the 2026-2027 fiscal year, which begins on April 1 this year and ends on March 31 next year. Initially, the projection was for 150 new buses, but budgetary constraints led to the change. Mr. Vaz is urging parents and guardians to register their children to get the bus cards and concessionary fare of $50.
The cashless system is seeing great progress. In terms of the registration, 8,108 students. Students cards issued 6,393. Cards with zero balance, 6,355. And total top-up value of 39,875.
Though the buses remain safe, Mr. Vaz admitted there have been challenges.
Listen now.
Truth be told,
The man.
Hold on, man.
Buses that we have bought are performing. Yes, there are some issues in terms of, as I said before, road conditions, terrain, etc., etc. We have had some accidents. Thankfully, no fatalities. One serious injury of a passenger vehicle that collided in the bus. And we were able to get immediate footage of the bus using the technology on the bus with cameras on the outside of the bus and on the inside, which obviously helps the police to be able to do their investigation much quicker.
That's not the clip where I'm talking about the 82, but there is a clip and I have it. We're going to find it. When it says
everybody are going to
bus.
have current within certain times. And now nobody can get current. So it's just shoe shining, brother, shoe shine, like when you see people shine them shoes at street style.
Listen, man, let me tell you
That's all
something.
I have to say.
Let me tell you something. The people of Jamaica need to stand up and demand accountability for money where these people are squander. You go buy 110 old bus with $1.4 billion. Why you never buy 100 coaster bus? Because if you go buy a new bus, no money couldn't rob our fight. Or rob somebody, rob with money. And we need to know who and who robbed the pitney their money need to go to jail.
All right, my brother. Respect, sir.
Let me tell you something, man. We need to stop make people take with a clown. Stop clown without Jamaicans. We are not idiot. We're smarter than this. We are smarter than this. Much, much smarter. Yeah. We can't make the man them a clown without so. I'm trying to find that clip where him say a 82 bus out there active. No, 100 and as me say now, we must stop tech. You see that station there? Cliff Hughes used to be a good journalist. But since he might try, or I don't know if him one of them with George Davis say I get paid from politician. But this radio station here, GLP-FM, is just what it is. Supporting the government. Now support truth. They're supporting the government. And people put them integrity on the line for this administration. Listen to Lambert Brown in the Senate yesterday. Listen to Lambert Brown yesterday in the Senate.
An article on October 15, 2025. And the first paragraph says, JMMB Group Chief Executive Officer Keith Duncan is reiterating his push for the government to abolish the asset tax, which continue to negatively impact entities in the financial sector. He found support today in Senator, as we call him on this side, the tall Senator, Senator Ramon Small Ferguson. He found support in Senator Anderson, but we couldn't find the support for him in his own presentation.
Well on, Jonah.
I know deflection when I see it, Senator, and your speech was a master class in deflection. But sufficient to the time, because it raises issue when your favorite station nationwide report you have called on the workers to make sacrifice, public sector workers, but you have corrected it to say you really only call on them to make more restraint.
You see, hypocrisy live at Belmont Road. Junior, morning.
Morning, Colin. How are you doing?
Why, I wonder what go happen with my country, Junior. I wonder now. Really, I wonder now. What is going to happen to beautiful Jamaica?
You have to remember, you know, it's black and white. Everything is black and white, you know.
Everything?
Yeah, man. It's black and white.
No night, no orange and green.
No. Black and white, no.
Black and white. Talk to me.
The issue with Fenton Ferguson and the behavior of Tufton.
Hey.
Do you believe Fenton Ferguson could do all the vagrancies what Tufton do and survive?
Nobody in the PNP could do half or quarter of what Tufton do and survive. Nobody.
What's the pigmentation at Tufton?
Oh?
Brown.
Tala.
Tufton brown.
Oh, yes.
Fenton black. The philosophy of the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, let me tell you. If you're black, you stay in the back. If you're brown, you stick around. And if you're white, you're right.
My God.
You remember Montague?
Yes, I had to step away. Yes.
You remember Montague had some issues with him ministerial position.
Yes.
Right? And he had to step aside.
Weekly too?
Every year, Darabas has been in Parliament. In name God. Darabas step aside?
No, sir.
Tufton and Darabas look nearer in complexion.
And don't forget Dr. Andrew Wheatley, you know. Dr. Andrew Wheatley had to take away himself too, you know.
And what about the member of Parliament for Southwest St. Catherine? Him get position, he want the rank with him out, you know.
Well, them put him but them put him at EOJ now. Raise him pay to 22 or $23 million a year now. I'm the EOJ now.
They have really give him something.
Yes, because he was getting away from them, you know. In that get loose bad.
Right, so I think give him something.
Yes, they had to quiet him.
You remember the other day when they made some movement towards people at SSL?
Yes.
Look how much money is missing at SSL. And all those men got station bail for $1,000.
And the little black woman in a jail. How long the little black woman in a jail for?
Tell me which person could get that in Jamaica. Now you tell me say it's not black and white.
Well, you're right. One at the time I wonder if orange and green, but you insist it's black and white, and you have brought the data. You have brought the data to show that it is black and white.
Let me show you a little class. Look at class.
Eh?
Let me show you how class work now.
Yes.
Saint Vera. Now, we have a good class name because I name.
Yeah.
How come you mean jail for so long and you not get no bill?
Yes,
you understand me?
So not get no bill.
The class work for him. No, Sylvia no bill. The class senior for him. Now look on Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey ever get one question at a police station to walk up on yard?
You never go on a station and let me tell the listeners what it is that Junior is talking about. Patrick Bailey, former lawyer for the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. A man was found dead in Patrick Bailey's house with stab wound and gunshot wound. The police said there was no forced entry. How long ago that happened, Junior?
Became country probably when me I go to school, the bus stop.
Couple years ago that happened. To date.
A long time.
To date, Patrick Bailey no go down a station yet. Not even on a station him no go. In
Here's
fact,
one question.
in fact, him doctor tell him say him need bed rest.
Right.
Yes, sir. Some guys have all luck.
So you remember when Usain Bolt was not welcomed in the era where he live?
Yes.
That is class problem.
Because Usain Bolt was not from their class. Even though he have more money than them, you know. Have more money than them and can show how we make fame money. None of them can tell you how they make them money, you know. Because remember, we have one man here, we about 4 years now. We are asking how he making money and he can't tell we.
All right. You believe that Andrew would be accepted in the upper class at Jamaica?
No.
With all the money Andrew have. You believe that Andrew will be accepted?
No. They're not accepted.
No. That's why Andrew have to keep the member of parliament from Portland in him corner. Because they will accept bars.
They know we accept Vaz. Vaz is in the class. Vaz sits on the board of director of the upper class in Jamaica.
Thank you.
Might all be the chairman.
You realize, if you look at it everywhere, you can realize that Jamaica is everybody into class and race.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And you know, make no sense you pretend it's not a racist country. Jamaica is racist.
And classes. And classes. I think classism play a bigger role though. I think classism.
I don't think so. I think race play a bigger role right now.
Right? I don't know. I think
race is more important.
It is up for debate. I think classism play a bigger role.
All right, you believe say with anything when the Labour Party, I get away with Jamaica. The PMP could ever dream of it?
No, can't get away with it. But that is classism.
Right. You remember in the other day when the bus issue come up?
Oh yeah, talk to me.
The minister spent $1.4 billion.
Yes.
On the bus thing, and when the PMP criticized every section of the media, every section of the private sector, J and half of Jamaica jump up and say, oh, them bad mind.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
So how come now everybody have them tongues cut out of them head now?
Yeah, man, Uncle few of us now can talk now.
Boy, everybody verbally constipated now.
Everybody do what?
Verbally constipated.
Everybody verbally constipated. well, I guess we can talk, Junior, because we spoke out then.
Yeah,
we spoke out against it.
We had diarrhea when that happened.
Yes.
We had verbal diarrhea when that was taking place. But you know what? You live near today.
Hold on.
The minister.
Hold on, Junior. Somebody on TikTok. Because we're broadcasting on TikTok this morning. On Shaka Fame on TikTok as well. And somebody is saying that everybody in Jamaica love Usain Bolt. There is an interview with Usain Bolt and Ian Boyne, the late Ian Boyne. Go watch that interview and Usain Bolt will tell you the kind of classism that take him when he go buy a house in a them upper hills in a Jamaica. The people that did not want him there. You stay there. It's a good thing you're watching this morning. You learn something new.
So the people in Jamaica, they don't know that.
No, maybe somebody overseas, man. Remember, the platform is global, you know. So people from all about around the world watch. So I don't sure exactly where the person is from who never know that.
Well, Bolt was never accepted in the era he went to live.
No, man, never accepted.
In Jamaica, you know, what they look at is old money, not new.
Yeah. Old money.
Even when Bush Stewart was looked upon by the upper class, They look at Bush as new money.
Oh, yeah?
And them more accept the son because them say daddy has some money. Can you remember now?
Yeah, the money get older there,
People
so.
in the upper class look at the antecedents, you know.
Yes.
They look at it.
Junior.
I remember, if the antecedents not so good, they remember that too.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Anyway,
So
Junior, we're going to run.
never accept the father, but they more accept the son.
Because the money get older, the money put on the edge.
Those guys say, is the money in you or old?
All right, sir. Little more. I have to run.
Yeah, man, we talk. All right.
Blessings. This is the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and share the channel. We are going to be joined by Ralston Hyman, the top economic analyst anywhere in Jamaica. I want a call from Ed Boy this morning, and I'll tell you why. Ed Boy know this man when named Arbin Hill. I want to talk about Arbin Hill this morning because information reaching us, information out there all over, that Arbin Hill will be the next governor of the Bank of Jamaica. It must not happen. Go ahead, caller.
Well, just quickly, Colin.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes when we hear you talk, yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Sometimes when we hear you talk and you beat the hammer, Ralston beat the hammer, you don't believe say, yeah, beat it to a dead ass, which is the people of Jamaica.
You see, the word of God, the word of God has to be spoken. I don't know where you're having in the background, but hold on, you have something in the background and turn it off and just listen to me on the phone.
Well, move on. Yeah.
The word of God has to be spoken, eh? We can't, silent and we can't put it under a bushel.
Yeah, but hear me say to you. One of the reasons why, realize that the government, the ministers and whoever, them can come out and say anything at all. It's like them know that the people them is immune, no care. They will say this narrative and then them give you a one little good news to hold on and the people don't realize the bad what them do before, but them take one piece of good news and say, yeah man, all is well and then. You don't realize that the man them not coin us. The people them weak right now. It's like them beat them into submission. That them say boy, we can't bother, no mas. No more, them can't take no more.
You ever hear one?
That we should do some people.
You ever hear one saying say every day bucket a go well, one day the bottom will drop out?
But when it drop out, when everybody dead out?
God and time, my brother. God and time.
Yeah, God and time, but Sir Colin, but you have to watch this also. People have to stand up for what they believe in, and
that's what we are. And that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. That's why we can't stop. We have to stand up for what we believe in.
How many? But when you talk about integrity, how many of us people like you and others who are right now? No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Still now, is the vlogger them and carry the mantle of integrity now right now? No. It's not the fourth estate now. You realize that? Because when I listen to some of these press conferences
but hold on.
and the question them are asked, you listen to the press conference and the question them are asked, a man out the street can ask a better question than this.
But look here, the government. Hold on, party. Hold on. What the government does when they're having press conference, they don't invite I and I. No, man, you have something at the background. I play, brother, where I disturb the broadcast. Mute the TV. What the government does, they invite trainee journalists to the press conference. I told you on this program, I sent a message to the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Information, Senator Marlon Morgan, requesting the link to the press conference. The man sent back a message and asked me if I'm mad. Who next? Andrea Stevens and Dre Bryan. So basically what the man I say, yo, you cannot ask no question in the government press conference, brother. So
boy, I mean, I'll tell you that. Something is wrong with the Jamaican people.
All right, my brother. We're gonna run. Little more. we have to stand up for what we believe in. That's what the caller said. And he's right. We can't drop the mantle. And you have to also remember now that social media has taken over the fourth estate. We are now the fourth estate. Understand that. Jamaica, listen to this.
It may shock you to learn that since 2018, our birth rate has fallen by 24%. You need to be growing by at least 2.1% to be at replacement. I'm speaking to the most productively fertile generation. And by the response, I know it is a topic that is of serious interest, but bear with me. So we're down 24%. Surprisingly, but counterintuitively, there is a view that, well, that means, well, your education budget should be reduced. You don't have to worry about, funding all kinds of social services, but it means less people to support the pension system, which one day you will need a pension system to support you. It means less people available for the labor force. How are we going to grow? If you layer inefficient bureaucracy on a tightening labor pool, what is going to happen is that wages are going to go way up and productivity is going to go way down. It's a serious social issue that we face. So I am very happy when I hear Jamaicans who have migrated saying, you know what, I want to come back home.
Lie.
We need to stimulate a net return, a net gain of talent back into Jamaica. Look, I know some of the things that I'm saying challenge your outlook and how you see things. But we can't continue to see things the same way we have seen them for the last 50 years. They have not served us well. We need to have a different thinking. So we have to encourage Jamaicans overseas to come back here and help us to build here. One of the challenges, of course, they talk about the hospitals, the roads, but they do also talk about the frustrating bureaucracy. The good news is we are working to change the bureaucracy. Today is a critical step in that we are going to support you in a mindset shift, in a thinking that we must pursue efficiency in the same way as we pursue security or fiscal stability. We must pursue efficiency. Efficiency is a key driver for growth. And efficiency, it is more than technology. It is more than infrastructure. Efficiency is also culture. And for culture to change, you need a mind shift, a mindset shift. And hopefully
He's right. Jamaica needs a mindset shift. That is one thing that the Prime Minister is right about. Pringle, morning.
Morning, sir.
Wagwan.
Not much. What's going on in the PNP?
What's going on in the PNP? Well, I know we have RMC tomorrow.
Them you like to them a fight out the boss.
Who that?
Golden.
You see, we have to, yeah, but we have to understand that the labor rights, them have a method, you know. What they are trying to do is create divide in the PNP for the GLP to survive. So any little news or any little thing they hear, they are pushing it like there is a discord in the PNP. Now, Damian Crawford asked to be removed from the PAC because he was not comfortable with how the PAC was chaired or how the chairman was dealing with him. Now, the GLP bloggers and vloggers are using that to say that there's a divide in the PNP. But let me tell you this morning that there's a major divide in the GLP because a lot of people in the GLP are of the opinion that if Andrew Holness statutory filing is not certified this year, which it can't, he will have to resign, and Chris Tufton is sharpening up his teeth. There is also discord in the lower ranks. I don't know if you realize that the other day, a GLP member should have been chosen to be the deputy mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew. And because them bad mind them one another, a PNP councillor was chosen to be the deputy mayor. So in a municipal corporation where the two parties have the same amount of councillors, and the convention is that the party with the majority vote gets the mayor and the other side get the deputy mayor. That convention was broken because the GLP did not turn up to the meeting because them bad mind them one another and never want nobody. If me can't get it, you can't get it, and if you can't get it, you can't get it. So the PNP took the two. That is where the problem is. And right now, Chris Tufton, you see him going around the island, he's jockeying for popularity to become the leader of the GLP because them say if Andrew Holness statutory filing is not certified this year, he got to go.
Okay. But him being Prime Minister, will it be better? Huh? No, I say him being Prime Minister, would it be better?
If he would be Prime Minister?
Tufton.
Him want to be Prime Minister, but Tufton should have gone a yard long time. Tufton should even be MP.
No,
with the
but
amount of atrocity.
better.
What can better? No, let me ask you something. I hear a lot of people talking about the GLP doing well. And I want to talk to Andre Arton because I don't know. Professor Arton said that this tax package was carefully crafted. How you tax the people going into a recession? Because Jamaica is actually in a recession, you know. So,
You finished? You finished?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right, let me know. With the boss then, you see?
Yeah.
When I didn't forget 60-something more boss.
Well, a caller just tell me your Darrell Vaz in a press conference say 82 bus out there. A caller just tell me say a man from GLPFM say all 110 buses are here. The only person, no, Darrell say 82. I hear Darrell say 82. And a caller just tell me a little while say a man from GLPFM say 110 bus came. The only person I will believe is the Auditor General. And I am calling on the Auditor General to audit the rural school bus program before the government give Darrell Vaz $2 billion more if you go buy more bus. Mustn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But tell me now. When the PNP in a power, after the Labour Party mash up the government and the PNP have to go look source to fund the IMF agreement.
Yeah.
They have to take $1.something billion out of the housing trust to stand by the financial support.
Yes.
At the time, Holness was opposition leader.
Yes.
He fight against it.
Yes. Carry the government to court.
And he take the government to court. Right?
Yes.
He lose the case.
Yes.
So why is it that this man can't get nobody in a parliament no good argument about the bus them? Invoices, prices, how much is here, whether they were new, whether they were old or what. The government, the opposition can file a written at the Supreme Court and harder him to deliver all information about the bus them.
Something can be done and something ought to be done. Jesus have
No, but
mercy.
I'm asking you.
No, hold on.
At the time.
Hold on. You know some bad Pringle? I am so bad, you know. I am so bad because let me see if I can get him now. Because I'm supposed to have Michael Phillips this morning, you know. And that's what I like when the producer is here. Oh, God.
Very good, do I have to do?
All right. I have Raleigh on the line, though. So I'll talk to Raleigh and see if I get Michael Phillips.
All right, come on.
Blessings. Raleigh, morning. Ralston, I man. Raleigh. Raleigh, I don't know if you mute, unmute.
Yeah, man, hear me?
Yes, man, I am hearing you now. Well, go on.
Yeah, man, what there?
So, give us an update on the week that was, no? Please and thanks.
Well, that was a quiet week. The Bank of Jamaica was still mopping up liquidity. Yesterday was a good day for the world economy because the US Supreme Court shut down the tariffs which were implemented under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And the Bank of Jamaica has a rate decision to make on Monday. Yeah. And we believe that them should cut the interest rates because inflation is only 3.9%. They were projecting 10%. Inflation is only 3.9%. The Bank of Jamaica have some 6.7 billion in reserves. The economy needs a shot in the arm. The federal funds rate is only between 3.5 and 3.75% per annum. And the tariffs have been shut down, so it means that we'll see lower global inflation. So we believe that the central bank come Monday should reduce the benchmark interest rates to between 5 and 5.25% per annum. We also believe that the asset tax must be cut to in order to give the banking sector a chance to reduce the interest rates so that we can put a stimulus in the economy.
But Raleigh, you think that they are going to do that? The bank going to cut the interest rate?
Well, if you cut the asset tax, they'll cut the interest rates because just like the NHT money, the asset tax should have been removed in 2016-17 after Peter Phillips completed the extended fund facility arrangement with the International Monetary Fund.
But isn't it the government that have to move the asset tax, and they have shown no sign to do that, have they?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we are going to get the economy going, then they'll have to reduce the asset tax so that the banks can respond to the rate reduction by the central bank. If they don't do that, then the economy is going to continue with the stagnation that we are seeing now.
But so far, the government has shown no sign.
No, they have not shown any sign of doing so, and that is why we need to bring public pressure to bear to get them to do so, because that's the correct thing to do at this particular point in time. If the economy is going to come out of the 3 consecutive years of decline and the 10 years of stagnation.
But with the asset tax in place, even if the Bank of Jamaica on Monday makes that decision.
No, I'm saying to you that, hold on, man. I'm saying to you that if that is going to work, the asset tax will have to be reduced. The Ministry of Finance will have to reduce the asset tax.
But you are saying that the Bank of Jamaica have a decision to make this Monday coming.
Today is Saturday. The Minister of Finance. Today is Saturday. The Minister of Finance has 2 days to call in the governor of the Bank of Jamaica and to call in the president of the Jamaica Bankers Association and say, on second thoughts, this is what we're going to do. The Minister of Finance has an opportunity today. Now it's 10:18 on Saturday. So you have the rest of today, you have Sunday, and you have Monday.
But you are hoping that they will do that.
Bank of Jamaica will not make that.
Raleigh, you are hoping that the Minister of Finance will do that, but there's no sign.
Yeah, man.
But there's no sign that they will do that.
No, and that's what I'm saying to you. If they don't do that, because this is the biggest opportunity they are going to have in a long time to reduce the interest rates. If they do not do that, then I'm saying to you, the economy will continue the 3 consecutive years of decline and more years of stagnation and more suffering for the masses of the people and more social disorder.
Ralston,
The comment by the Prime Minister that the members of the diaspora must come back to Jamaica after they escape the suffering in Jamaica to build families in Jamaica is an admission of total economic failure, because the people who are living in Jamaica are refusing to have family because of the bad economic situation. He's not even aware how stupid that makes him look.
But how many people understand it that way?
Well, we are here to make the people understand it that way. You can't get your populace.
People not going to have more children with the poor hospital conditions that we have.
With all the social economic conditions, you can't feed them, you can't, there's no hospital, you can't school them. The society is totally in moral decay. All those people who went to foreign, escape the article of Jamaica. You know? Do you really believe so them would have leave, wish part them there to come back to Jamaica, come have family after them escape? That would be a monumental exercise in stupidity.
The Prime Minister said one of the reasons why they're not coming back is bureaucracy. Who is responsible for that bureaucracy, Ralston?
And that is not only the bureaucracy, it's the poor economic conditions, the poor social conditions. That's why they ran away in the first place.
But the question I'm asking, if bureaucracy is one of the issue, who is responsible for that bureaucracy?
The Prime Minister is responsible for the entire running of the country. He's now on his third term. So the bureaucracy, the poor economic and social conditions, that's the Prime Minister's responsibility.
So if he's saying that that is the issue, for 10 years he has been in charge, then isn't he the bureaucracy?
That's what I'm telling you, that makes him look very stupid.
But when you talk to people in the diaspora, don't they also tell you that corruption is one of the issues why they're not coming back?
Yeah, man. Corruption, criminality, poor economic conditions, poor salaries, all those things. Right across the board, not just bureaucracy.
Let's talk a little bit. We are hoping to be joined by Michael Phillips in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit, Ralston, about this tax package. I hear Professor Andre Orton saying that the tax package was skillfully designed. What are your views on that?
Well, skillfully designed in terms of the issues that they are looking at. But taxes are always bad in a recession or after a natural disaster because they shrink the economy. And that is why I'm saying to you that even if they were forced to come with a tax package, it means that for the economy to be viable, it means that the interest rates have to come down. You have to provide a stimulus. That's why you have two hands. That's why plane have two wheels. That's why cars have four wheels. Balance. So if you are going to come with a tax package, it means that you have to improve the ability of the people to pay the taxes. So it means that you have to have something to counterbalance that. And that means you'd have to bring down the interest rates so that you provide a stimulus to businesses so that they can employ more people and produce more goods and services. He's talking about skillful in terms of the composition of the package. He's not looking at the overall impact on the economy.
So what impact will this tax package have on the Jamaican economy over the
It
next
will
2
reduce
years?
GDP. It will reduce GDP by $26 billion.
By $26 billion. That is...
Yeah, that's almost 0.7% of points of GDP.
$26 billion is so much US again.
Yeah.
But it will reduce GDP by $26 billion. And already we are confident that after Hurricane Melissa, GDP was also reduced.
That is why we're going to have the decline. Go ahead.
And therefore, the debt to GDP will now increase.
Yeah, man. Well, they have told us in the fiscal policy paper that it will now move up to 69% this year.
Yeah.
At the end of this fiscal year, yeah.
And you agree with that?
Well, based on what is happening, because people have, one of the things that we want to make the people understand clearly is that the argument that the hurricane destroyed 41% of GDP is totally incorrect. Right? They have given us two figures. One, the impact on GDP this year will be 4.5%, they say. That is conservative. Yeah. They say the impact next year will be 0.5%. That is conservative too. They are using the figure of 41% of GDP, which is the infrastructural damage. And remember, the infrastructure that is damaged is not only government infrastructure, it's also private infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are trying to use that to justify the tax package. The fact of the matter is that even if there were no Melissa, they'd have had to have a tax package because the economy has not been growing And as a result of that, tax revenues have been stagnating at $1.1 trillion over the last 3 years. That is why Nigel Clark did the one-off transactions and sold the money from the international airports, Norman Manley, as well as Sangster International, because they were running out of options because the economy wasn't growing. And if the economy is not growing, you can't find more taxes. So the answer to the thing right now is not a tax package, it's a growth package.
And we are still awaiting that growth policy, that growth strategy of the Jamaican economy.
There's none. None has been announced so far. What we have is a tax package, which is stagnation and shrinking.
Raleigh, you are of the opinion that the government should stop taking the $11.4 billion from the NHT. Am I right about that?
Well, watch it now. They have placed themselves in a position right now where they can't do without it because of the poor management of the economy. They have placed themselves in that position because of the poor management of the economy. And just to give the people a history, because we notice all kind of money, all kind of thing. Yeah? The reason for the drawdown from the NHT is that when the previous JLP government, the government of 2007, they came into power in September.
Raleigh? Raleigh?
September of 2007. I run the history again because if some of the money much them are professional. Now, 2007, the Great Recession started. Yeah? The country that the Great Recession helped them. Bruce Bolin said going to the IMF was neither necessary nor appropriate, right? Yes. They never started to negotiate with the IMF until 2009, when the NIR dropped down to less than $1 billion and the debt to GDP ratio shot up to 150%. At that time, Derek Lattibodier was a central bank governor. It was the most clinical technician in dealing with the IMF. They fired him in November of 2009 after he was negotiating with the IMF until the IMF man them so somebody think them with them and say can't work. Yep. And then they got a team, that team involved late Don Webby, Ardley Shaw, Dwight Nelson, and those people. The same Wayne Henry that is at the Planning Institute of Jamaica. Yeah, Dennis Strong and those people. And then them go to the IMF and them take a foolish standby agreement, 27 months standby agreement. You follow me? You following me?
Yes, man, clear.
Colin. Yeah.
Yes.
They, because of the emergency situation, because they were late, the IMF front loaded 2.4 billion. IMF, World Bank, IDB. They only satisfied one performance criteria and were locked out of the international capital markets. Yeah? The joke in the multilateral system was when is it that Jamaica is going to fail? When the government changed, Portia Simpson Miller, the Black Caucus, Maxine Waters, and all of those people went to check Christine Lagarde as woman to woman on Christmas Eve. A decision was taken to help Jamaica, right? Peter Phillips and his negotiating team, people like Dennis Morrison, Shirley Tyndall, Brian Winter, people like myself, yeah, had to deal with the arrangement.
Raleigh? Raleigh, drop out again. Raleigh, after you mentioned people like yourself had to deal with the agreement.
Which we never got.
I don't know if Raleigh moving. I don't think he is, but Raleigh, you drop out. After you mention yourself, we don't hear nothing more. Ralston Hyman, top economist we talk.
Until May of 2000.
No, Raleigh, no. Hold on. Start back from where you said, where you list the people who were a part of the team that led the negotiation with the IMF.
Right. Yeah, man. So we had to draw down from the NHT and the asset tax, and all of those things should have been gone in the fiscal year 2016 and 17. Yeah. When the JLP administration took over, they said things were so great that they'll grow the economy by 5% in 4 years' time. It is because of that lack of growth while we still are depending on those sources of funding to fund the budget. Simple as that. Poor economic performance.
I don't know if you heard Senator Lambert Brown in the parliament yesterday. And he asked two questions. If it had not been for the 11.4 billion from the NHT, where would the Jamaican economy be right now?
In the dumps.
If it had not been for the asset tax, where would Jamaica economy be right now?
In the dumps. The fiscal deficit would have been wider and the debt to GDP ratio would have been higher.
What has the GLP implemented since 2016 they got in power to strengthen the Jamaican economy?
Well, we haven't seen anything. That is why we're telling about the 0.8% economic growth, because they never invested in the capital budget. They never invested in infrastructure. And that is why the damage caused by Melissa was so great, because they never spent on infrastructure. They used most of that money to pay down the debt faster than programmed for.
So you're saying since the GLP came in power 2016, they have not implemented one policy to help galvanize more revenue for the Jamaican economy?
No, apart from going to consumption tax and taking more money from the people and paying down the debt faster than programmed for. We haven't seen anything. And it is showed up in the figures. That is why we have the 0.8% economic stagnation.
So the money from the NHT was PNP's revolutionary style of thinking to take some money from the NHT to deal with the economy, the problem we had at the time.
For 4 years.
It was innovation from the PNP that brought in the asset tax. Where is the GLP's innovation that they have brought in since 2016 to gain more money for the country? Wait there.
None. Apart from, as I said, moving to consumption tax and taxing the daylight out of people. None. And that is why you can see it in the flat economic performance. Their priority was just to pay down the debt faster than programmed for.
And what is the benefit of that? Is the benefit of that this loan of $3.6 billion?
Yeah, but guess what? You get it off a total destruction.
But would we, all right, had we not overpaid on the debt and we were just paying our debt at what we were supposed to pay, would we still be able to get this kind of loan after the disaster?
Even better, because the disaster would not have had such a deleterious impact on the country's capital stock.
Why you saying
so
would have that? Why you saying
because
it would have that deleterious effect?
Because we'd be investing in capital and our infrastructure would have been stronger and the country would have been more resilient.
So you are saying that we could have built more houses?
Stronger houses.
We could have helped our people to build better. We would have had better road facility. The grid would have been stronger. But who tell us that they would have spent the money this rally?
I would have faster economic growth. Simple. Smaller trade deficits, because we would have been exporting more. Yeah? So we'll be in a better economic position to withstand the shock.
There is a, I don't know.
Well, let me give you
Go ahead.
Let me give you a simple example. So you, Colin, you borrow some money from the bank. The banker said, give me 50 grand per month, right? You have to give the bank 100 grand per month. But you don't fix up your house, and you don't send the youth them go to school. You don't send them go to doctor. And then up comes the storm now, mash up your house, and you run go back to the same banker for borrow more money from him. He look point like a damn idiot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And if your wife sends you, should I leave you too? So I tell you about the Jamaican people, yeah.
But the Jamaican people stick with the government. They like what
so
the government is doing.
So I tell you about them. That's the point I'm making. I tell you about them. So don't leave out the people out of this thing.
No, we can't leave them out. They had a choice to make and they make their choice.
Right. Correct.
Raleigh, there's an argument going around that says the next governor of the Bank of Jamaica will be Senator Harbin Hill. Have you heard that?
Yeah, man. That's running the place for the whole week.
And what are your views on Harbin Hill becoming governor of the Bank of Jamaica?
I don't think it's a good choice.
You know anything about his resume?
Yeah. And his performance is not anything sterling.
Was he the Harbin Hill? Was he the Harbin Hill that oversaw the sale of Sugarlands?
Yeah, man.
Is the same man?
He was also running. Yeah, he was also running NCB before Patrick Hilton too.
Is he the man who owe DBG about $46 million where the Supreme Court sent for pay? Is that the same man?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
same
man.
That?
Yeah, man.
Is he the man that was somewhere down in Amman or somewhere down in the Middle East doing some work?
Oh, man. Yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
man.
But, Raleigh, Senator Harbin Hill has proven to be a political axe for the Jamaica Labour Party. Is that ethical to name him as the Bank of Jamaica, the governor of the Bank of Jamaica, or there's nothing wrong?
No. You need an independent person who understands central banking. But it tells you the lows to which we are sinking. We are a government minister. Remember, Harbin is the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
Yes.
And he has presided over 12. Exports have been falling continuously. The trade deficit has been widening significantly.
Yes.
Yeah? And you are now sending to run the Bank of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica must reject that.
What
That's never happened before. Yeah, but it tells you how the authorities see the people of Jamaica as fools who don't have any standard. Yep.
But isn't it that they want somebody to be the governor that they have confidence in? Isn't that the government must have confidence in the governor of the Bank of Jamaica?
Yeah, but the governor of the Bank of Jamaica should not be a political person. It should be an independent person. So this is that kind of Trump move. The same thing Trump wanted to do with the Federal Reserve Board in America.
Put people in night.
Yeah, man. Same thing.
God.
Same thing.
Let's see if we have a call for your teacher. Because what is going on here? Minister of Finance, morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got to tell you now. Good morning. We have to beat the drum. The drum needs to come.
Yes, the drum is needed.
We need the maroon drum from Portland to Negril Point. Boom, good morning. Because
yes,
we cannot have Harbin Hill up there.
You can't go up there.
No.
Why not?
That's it for us. We have a bit of hope for better. But if we go there, that's it. Good morning, Colin.
Yes, ma'am.
Call up the mama, the elders, them. The drum need to beat and the fire need to get up.
All right. We are going to
It's
make a bonfire.
enough now.
When
As
does,
a minister.
hold on, Minister. When does Governor Biles leave Ralston?
August. His contract expires in August.
See it there?
A central bank governor must have a...
Go ahead, Raleigh.
Let me explain something. Alexander Hamilton, the America's first and greatest Treasury Secretary. He will come from St. Kitts. Enough people don't know that. Yep. Him said, him build America's financial system. Greatest Treasury Secretary. Him said the primary role of the central bank is to control the money supply at a level that is consistent with the highest employment possible and stable prices. So the central bank governor have to have a thorough understanding of macroeconomics. Yeah? He have to understand monetary policy. He have to understand fiscal policy. He have to understand international economics. Harbin Hill is not at that level. Yeah? neither the current governor. Yeah, yeah. So we have a problem.
But the current
So you just
governor.
pick up any other man. You can't just pick up on any other man and say them go run a central bank.
But the present governor used to be in EPOC with you, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
And he used to be at Sagicor? So maybe they are saying that Arbin Hill used to be at NCB. So him know
Yeah, but the current governor. Yeah, but the current governor never in a political party. Arbin might know about commercial banking. Commercial banking is a different thing from central banking. The current governor is learning on the job.
And as you said, he was not a member of any other political party.
Parties, precisely. So there's a certain level of independence, despite his limited knowledge about central banking. There is a certain level of independence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. But
I'm Colin.
Go ahead,
Colin, Uncle Ranston is on point. Correct. You cannot have people wearing rose glasses, colored glasses, mindset that is not independent of the ruling government. It will not work. It is an anathema. It is
so that's one.
darkness.
And
For example.
Hold on, Raleigh. Go ahead, Carla.
For example, if he does not independent, and before me even reach to that one, let me go back a little. His reputation, his job assessment, his resume, the man attitude, just look palm border. Just use border current couple months ago or 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Border St. Elizabeth. So how him and the Prime Minister behave and carry on about it. After they never lay no foundation, but then take credit for. That is the mindset of a person we need to put in a central banking. I, as a girl, have watched and listened to Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada.
Well, you know what you're talking.
Look at his track record and how this man has become the Prime Minister and has mobilized and elevate Canada from what it was subjective to the US to being independent, that the world leaders take note of this man. Why would we want to put that man near Aubrey Hill when I no good reputation from the Middle East, the Arabs, to put in a few central bank? You know, it's a conflict of interest with Israeli and Arabs.
Later.
You know, here we are going, man. We can't have that. Then next, when we
Hold on, caller. Ralston wanted to come in. Go ahead, Raleigh.
No, Master from the caller call Mark Carney. Want anybody in the world to challenge that? To show that you know what she said. Simple.
Yeah. All right, caller, finish up.
Man, I'm not saying that. Hold on. May I say?
Yes.
May I say? Listen to what I'm saying, Colin. When I say anybody in Jamaica for challenge it, you know. May I say that the entire world. Anybody there challenge us to say a while ago when she called me Carney. The entire world. When I talk about them little brother in Jamaica, in the entire world. Yeah. So when I talk about a central banker, Carney is right up there. So the caller knows what you talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. Finish up.
So that's what I'm gonna finish with. See, Uncle Ralston stamp it.
Yes.
Me not even touch nothing more.
All right.
Beat the drum and put the fire, Colin. We can't have that there.
Thank you.
Cause you against the Israeli already. That for them man them a put in there.
Tell her.
We go done. We look hope I go done. All right. Have a good day.
Marvin Little Fire said them have a protest on Monday.
Then CNG caught me and make we talk last night. Said them a try to tell him say if he wait.
Wait for what?
Listen, man. Me, you know, see me text it, you know, the papa. You know, say me give you some things in the read what me tell you, say.
No, sometime I now watch the chat room. Me back and forth with the chat room.
Them a coolly fire. Them a try to circumvent him. So then if you wait upon unions and all that and this and that.
What
just
union?
check it out for me.
All right, I will check it out. I will
yes,
check him.
yes.
I will check him.
All
Bless
right.
up. Bless
All
up.
right. Cool.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica in a trouble in a Ralston.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica in a serious trouble. No
Yeah, man.
credibility, no respect
That's
for
the point I'm
truth.
making.
Why
Yeah, man.
are these people so afraid of the truth, Raleigh? Is what?
Well, I don't know. Something going on with the nation, I tell you. A certain level of moral decrepitude take over Jamaica. Yeah, incidentally, Carney are the first non-Englishman to run the Bank of England. He used to run the Bank of Canada when England in a trouble after the Great Recession and sent for Carney.
Yeah.
And Carney fixed the problem and straightened it out back. Yeah. So remember, yeah. So she know what she has said. So we are ahead of them in terms of what going on internationally in central banking and economics. A central banker is a specialized animal. You can't take up any man to run a central bank. Yeah, because that's one of the most important institution in our country. Yeah, and right now we have a whole problem because the current governor failed to control the members of the financial sector. Him failed to get any good results in terms of the ATM machine. And right now, the only thing that him do is mop up liquidity to try to stabilize the dollar. Yeah? Him not use the tools of the central bank in the way that it should be used. Right now, as I said, the interest rates should have come down a long time ago. You follow me? Yep.
And there's no government policy to guide him either.
No, precisely. So all them things are needed for the. I've been in a lot of pressing government to put in place policies to deal with them something. Yeah? And him not really understand the full responsibilities of a central bank. So we have a problem with that.
Raleigh, $2 more billion to go buy more school bus in the same minister's hand. All right. $2 more billion in the hands of Darrell Vaz to go buy more bus before we get a proper update on the 1.4 billion and the 100 bus. What can go so?
That should happen. But as I said, in Jamaica, the people them not demand nothing, them not demand no accountability, so it goes up. It's a free for all. The man must run the place like them at them backyard. No accountability, and the people them not demand nothing. The Jamaican people not demand much, you know. So them read the room right. That could not nowhere else in the world.
All right, Raleigh. Anything else finally you want to leave us with?
Well, again, what I said, the people of Jamaica, they have to decide what they want. And the fact of the matter is that if they want to improve the quality of life for themselves and their children, they have to participate more. They have to demand a greater level of accountability from the people who are run the country. If them just continue and say, boy, I'm in a business with nothing, no better, no there, and them just get themselves stoned, yeah, drunk, rum and boom and weed and drunk with music and all of them things, and not paying attention. One day them all just get up and say, yo, there's no future for our children and our grandchildren. So we are saying to the people of Jamaica, wake up, look what is happening in Jamaica, look what is happening in the rest of the world, and demand a greater sense of accountability from the authorities, because the money that they are spending are your tax dollars. You know, say, are you them a tax? Are you them a tax to spend or waste and all of that, you know? So you have to protect your interest, because you work hard for your money, and then them take the money and spend it the way they want to spend it and operate. Particularly Darrell, like say, I'm backyard, him cannot do anything. Yeah? So people, wake up. That is what we have to say to the Jamaican people. Yeah,
All
man.
right, Raleigh. Give thanks. Blessings.
Blessing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That was Ralston Iman, the top financial economist in Jamaica. We are now joined by MP and shadow spokesperson on transport, Mikhail Aisha Phillips. Mikhail, morning.
Morning to you and your listeners, man. How you doing?
Long time, brother. Happy New Year.
Yes. Blessings, man. Blessings.
People, I'm a general listening about him leave me like a bad stepfather.
Oh, man. Still about, my brother. Still about.
Mikhail, a lot of things as it relates to JUTC, the rural school bus issue. We did say before that it was a bad move to buy whole buses. Now we hear the minister saying that he's going to buy new buses. Speak to us about that.
Well, from day one, we told him that it was a bad move. I mean, the minister went ahead thinking that he was getting a deal. We had said that we are sure that he did not do any due diligence on the buses itself, any research on how they would work within the system. We said that our road network was not conducive for those buses. The buses were not conducive for our road network, and that we were really throwing good money at bad. And it has really come to fruition that what we told him is actually so. And we had also advised him that you could buy new buses, which was fit for purpose. And we also went further to suggest a policy that the PMP would institute if we came to government that was workable. So, hence our release this week in basically saying, look, don't spend the $2 billion. Let's look at what has transpired over the last 6 months and why hasn't it worked? Because if you're going to do things the same way and expect a different result, then what we're asking the taxpayers to do is to finance the whims and fancies of Darrell Vaz and his administration on something that is not workable. So I caught the final part of your interview with Ralston, and I said the same thing last night on another interview, that persons have to wake up, because we have been for a number of years been highlighting the deficiencies within the public transport sector and how it is that the JUTCs have been hemorrhaging, where over the life of this administration, that we are seeing 50% less seat count on the JUTC buses than what we had prior years. We are seeing a ballooning of the losses and the subvention from central government to the JUTC. So at some point, if it was, I've always used the analogy and said that if it was a private sector business, the bank would stop lending them money. The directors would have had to be charged for running the business badly by the shareholders. And you would have to close down, you would have to file for bankruptcy. So not because it is that we are able to subsidize it using taxpayers' money at the rate that we are, that there should not be any accountability.
Mikhail, let's go back to the old buses, the $1.4 billion. Do you think we got value for money?
No, we did not. We didn't get value for money. And I said that in the beginning, that we did not get value for money. And, it's not only Darrell Vaz that should take account of this or should be held accountable. The cabinet, every member of the cabinet should be held accountable. And the Prime Minister, who himself, basically took credit with Darrell Vaz for putting this school bus system together, because they have a responsibility of saying to the minister, no, let us relook. But because an election was coming up and because of expediency, and he came and gave them an option where I'm sure that he had some hand in it, that they went ahead with it. And it was a bad deal. That's why we are saying, do not purchase any more buses until we do a comprehensive review, until government themselves, if they believe that they should answer to the taxpayers of the country, should do a comprehensive review.
Have we gotten all 110 buses?
I've asked for an update on what has come. and what has. I can't give you a definitive answer on that right now. So I'm waiting on some data. If I'm to go by the numbers, I would say no, but I like to get my facts together before answering that.
Do you think that before they spend the next $2 billion, that the Auditor General should do an investigation in this?
But before I even reach to the Auditor General, let us see the numbers, the numbers coming from the school bus service, because what is frightening is the pronouncement by the managing director that, and the minister himself, where the majority of those who have a bus card, students, have a zero balance. That means you can't use a zero balance to ride the bus. And that the intake in revenue is below $35,000. So that means the buses are being empty when they're on the road, right? It is a heavy subsidy. We don't expect that it is going to make a profit, but the government has to decide, is it a free service or is it that one that is going to be subsidized? What will it cost? How many students are we going to carry? How much is it that the subsidy from central government to the JUTC? Because if you look, I see this $7 billion banding around of losses that the JUTC will incur. But that is $7 billion after $11 billion subsidy by the government.
Right, so it's an $18 billion
It
loss.
is an $18 billion loss. And it's $18 billion before the subsidy, yes. Right?
And how much of that the old buses bring on to it?
Well, I need to take a deeper look, because what they have not done in the budget itself is to differentiate the school buses from. Now they have a separate department with staff, with office to run the school buses. Now, who is paying the staff for that? Because my understanding is that there are new people that they have employed. Some of them are new persons that they have employed. So there are more questions than answers that we're getting, and so I continue to do my investigation, because we're also preparing for sectoral presentation right after the budget. And we'll have a more comprehensive, but again, it is a little bit disheartening that the sector itself, even with what has been happening within the public transport sector, that they have chosen to remain quiet in a system that has been broken, which has treated them unfairly. So,
Mikhail,
there's a lot to be answered.
I don't know if you ever hear this. Listen to this, Mikhail.
The JUTC, for the first time in many years, has made a profit. Them no one we talk about.
You ever hear that, Mikhail?
The JUTC has not made a profit.
So, have you ever heard that statement? Is it the first time you're hearing that statement?
No. From no, man. But it won't make for talk anything,
No, but how we allow these people to get away with these kind of statement, Mikhail? And then in Parliament making a lot of noise. Talk to us now about the JUTC itself bringing in new routes, running to, I think, Ocherius, and they are going to Montego Bay, with at the same time not being able to satisfy the needs of the Kingston metropolitan area.
Let me put it in this plain way. The current minister, and it is something that we need to take a deeper look at, believes that by just announcing and making something sounds good, that it works. I am dead sure that the minister is really just creating up policies in his head and have been forcing the JUTC to implement his policies. It is sad that the board run with it, hence why you're now seeing the significant losses at the JUTC right now.
Mm-hmm.
The buses, the new rural bus system that he has introduced, going to Mandeville, Maypen, Santa Cruz, going to Savlamar, Montego Bay, Lucy, Ocho Rios, various Spanish, Maypen, various parts of the country. The revenue from it cannot even put fuel in the buses. And as you rightfully said, which we advise them against, and you should have at least fixed the broken system in the Kingston metropolitan area before you start transitioning into the other routes in rural Jamaica. We don't disagree with the rural bus system because it is something that we presented years ago, that we would embark on a rural bus system after fixing the Kingston metropolitan area, which includes Portmore and Spanish Town, which is where the JUTC has a license for. I don't know that they have amended any legislation to give the JUTC any routes outside of the KMTR.
Oh.
But even though they have imported some 200 new buses, we have still not increased the seat count in the Kingston metropolitan area.
How many buses are they rolling out now each day, Mikhail?
Still under 400 buses. And you need 450 to 500 buses to satisfy the Kingston metropolitan area. And you're struggling between 250 and 300 right now in the Kingston metropolitan area.
250 and 300
to 300. So on a high, you may get 250 to 300 buses.
In 2016, what were we rolling out then under the last?
We're rolling out about 400 to 450 buses.
400 to
450. Yeah.
But in Kingston, Mikhail, there is a constant gridlock. Isn't it the fact that you don't have enough buses moving a large amount of people at the same time, why Kingston is now a traffic nightmare?
All right. So in 2016, you had about 2,000 plus, close to 3,000 Hackney carriage operators, as we didn't have a route taxi system in the KMTR. Now you have over 8,000 going to 9,000 Hackney carriage operators in the same space.
So up from 3,000 to 9,000?
Yes. Yeah. Between 8 and 9,000, yes. Yeah.
So that's why when you come out town, you can't go nowhere fast.
And they're still issuing license within the same space. Yes.
So how does that make sense?
No, because what happened is that because of their lack of investment in the JUTC, what they did was to put Hackney carriage operators to fill the seat count or the lack thereof of seats that should have been provided by the JUTC. So they have given license to these operators. They have brought in new buses, but they have not. They tried to transition some into a route taxi system, which will be operating on the same routes also as the JUTC. The long and short of it is that they have no policy. They have not tried to see how best it is. What they have done is just continue to run it as running the JUTC as a going concern, and not taking into consideration that that we are asking the taxpayers to fork out more money, bringing in less revenue, and asking to put more buses in a broken system. Things and times change. We have not changed the JUTC model from what we left it in 2016 to what is there now. We haven't tried to do anything different. So you're getting 50% less revenue than what was there in 2016, and you have 50% less buses than what was there in 2016. And the minister runs around as if he has made the JUTC better and is providing a better service for the general public.
But
the minister right now has been rated as the worst minister of transport that has ever come to that ministry.
But Mikhail, isn't the government putting in more money in JUTC than they were in 2016?
They are subsidizing it more, yes. Still getting less revenue.
There is an argument that 2015 JUTC almost broke even. Is there any truth to that?
JUTC what?
Almost broke even in 2015.
So yes, I mean, it's when you look at the revenue and look at the subsidy and operating costs, you expect that the JUTC with its revenue would take care of 80% of its expenses. Mm-hmm. So in 2015, the JUTC was taking care of salary, it was taking care of its operational expenses. And the difference would come from a subvention from the Ministry of Finance, right? Yeah. No, and that would come from your fare box. So we had a fare box of close to $4.3 billion in 2015-2016 financial year.
Yeah.
Your fare box is under $2 billion now. Right? In the last financial year. So you're seeing the regression of the operation of the JUTC under this administration. Buying new buses alone is not the answer. You have to look at its operations, you have to look at your routes, you have to really look at everything, because they have given up these routes to private operators, meaning the Hackney carriage operators. Now they have to look at a new system which will now involve these operators. Are you going to scale back the JUTC and use private operators? How are you going to encourage these private operators to get buses that are conducive for public transport? How are you going to help building these private operators? And we put forward a proposal in a sub-franchise system. Yeah, but the government decide all we're going to do is buy new buses. They think that by just putting in electric buses and CNG buses going to reduce their costs dramatically. You have seen that the answer is no, because what they're doing when government is
Colonel Charles Jr. said that they save $1.4 billion from the JUTC fuel.
On fuel alone, not on its operations. Fuel. You're spending close to $4 or $5 billion a year in fuel. So saving $1 billion, yes, is significant. But your operations is still bringing in less revenue.
Do you think the Minister of Transportation should resign?
Well, I don't think he will ever, because he has no qualms about him. There's nothing about it.
He should?
Of course he should.
Why?
Of course he should. Because, well, any well-thinking country, you wouldn't have to ask him to resign. He would do the right thing. The Prime Minister is the same. He would have done the right thing too. You know, what we have done is normalize mediocrity. That is, and corruption. That's what we have normalized in our country. And it's sad to see that people think that by just making pronouncements that sound good without having any action. Why do we have to always wait until the bottom drops out before holding people accountable?
But Mikhail, even with this $1.4 billion, 110 old bus, now the minister is coming full circle. What should we expect from you in the sectorial debate dealing with these kind of issues?
No, well, what we have always done is to show the weaknesses in the system. I don't expect, sad to say, that the public will take it on, because we need the support of the public. The public realized that it was a bad deal before the elections of purchasing these buses. And it is the same public who decide to vote them back in. So my expectations is not great. I don't expect a lot from the general public, but what we will do as a responsible opposition is to put forth the weaknesses that we see and try to hold them accountable. And they can only be held fully accountable if the public themselves see the light of what we're trying to highlight and hold the government accountable also.
When the old buses were announced coming in the election and you spoke about it, you were one of the persons they accused of being bad mind. Do you feel vindicated now that even the minister himself admits that these buses are not fit for the Jamaican condition?
I feel vindicated, for sure. But I had all confidence that what I was saying was the right thing. The minister believes that by answering, as I said, the minister still cannot have a proper debate in Parliament on the issue, right? Without having to feel as if, without having to quarrel. And as I said, the minister has made some good points. We have made some good points, and it is really to just to fix the system. Is not for a PNP or a JLP issue, you know. It is for the the 1 million Jamaicans that are dependent on public transport, and for those who have invested their life savings in the public transport system. That is what we should protect.
On this channel, Mikhail, and quite a few more channels, people have been calling on the Auditor General to do an investigation in these old buses. Can I ask you this morning as a parliamentarian to take it to the Parliament to ensure that we get an investigation into this old bus system before another money, before another cent?
Just for information purposes, we cannot instruct the Auditor General.
But you can call.
But we can call for, which I've called for, an audit of the JUTC.
Yes.
And I don't want us to just use the school bus. The JUTC has been managed badly before the school buses. School bus is just another aspect of the bad management. So and remember, it is a JUTC that operates a school bus system. So what we want is an audit of the JUTC, which includes the school bus system.
Totally understand that, but there are those of us who believe that $1.4 billion, somebody stole some of that money. I am personally confident that some of that money, at least $700 million, have been stolen from us. Based on what we saw, some receipts and our background investigation that we have done. And we are asking you, MP. Yes, we understand. You can't instruct the Auditor General.
No, man, but we have called for it, and I will continue calling for it.
Please and thank you.
Yes.
Before you go, though, we know that your constituency was hit by Melissa. How are things down there? How the people getting back?
We still have communities without electricity.
What?
Yes. We still have communities without electricity. Last week I had to basically head to the top of the JPS. Since then only one community has gotten partial electricity. And I'm still waiting on a schedule from them on when the rest of the communities. We have about 7 or so communities still without electricity.
About how many people that in
garbage collection is still an issue. I had one community that had their garbage collected a week and a half ago. It is the first garbage collection since Melissa. So just imagine the backup of garbage. Put it this way. In December, I cleared a sinkhole which is an illegal dump, and we took out 9 truckloads of garbage. And 2 weeks after doing that sinkhole was filled right back up to the road level with garbage, just to show you what is happening in those areas. Wow. But all in all, the majority of the constituency is back to some normalcy. There is still a slow response from Ministry of Labour for the individuals who I expect would be receiving the monies towards putting back their roofs on.
Has the assessment been completed in your constituency?
Yes, the assessment has been completed because we went out there, had a team from my office and helping the agencies, the SDC and the Ministry of Labour to do the assessment. So we were able to do it quicker than most. Immediately after the hurricane, when they commissioned the site for us to put all the data, myself and my team went on the road personally to assist in that. So the individuals that got through the MP's program, there's just one hardware that we are awaiting to deliver items, which is to the furthest point in the constituency. There's a shortage of zinc and lumber in the island. So we're waiting on a shipment of zinc to complete all the distribution through the MP's program. I've asked the Ministry of Labour to give us a schedule of when they expect that the distribution. You see, again, it comes down to a big PR activity for the administration, that the minister has to go around and personally take photos and bring the media to showcase persons who have been damaged in the hurricane. We need to stop doing things like that and get the process running, because I expected that in December at least persons would have started to get some relief, so that December, Christmas time, they could have at least put back their houses together. We're gone 6 months now, and you have individuals that haven't even gotten any assistance at all. So the administration is still trying to do, a little showmanship in the distribution of relief to persons who are well in need, and it's really sad to see that 6 months after a person can't get help unless the minister come and take a photograph with them.
You mentioned really 7 communities without electricity. Approximately how many people you're talking about?
I would say probably about 1,500 persons.
Somebody in the chat room is asking about Troy Bridge. Any update on the Troy Bridge?
Troy Bridge is near to completion. So I would imagine by the end of next month to April, end of March to April, that it should be completed.
I hear Darrell in the parliament saying, nah, let you know off because the PNP was asking where will they get the rest of money for the JPS. And him, under him voice him upon it. Think me I'm gonna get away for this. People in the chat room are wondering if you all are gonna allow Darrell Vaz to get away with blowing up the country's money and in the parliament, pompous and braggadocious every day. What do you say to those people?
Well, you know, so Mount make for talk, Darrell Vaz keeps using, think that it is bad manism that will make him a successful minister. You know, as I said, he has been a failure so far. He talks more than he does, and there's a lot of hypocrisy in what he says. You know, because even this sector group for the transport sector that he claimed that he brought together has not even been functioning, and he has not used it for the purpose that he originally. It's just one more announcement with no action behind it. But no, I mean, we have a stronger parliamentary opposition now. I think we have been resolute and we have held our ground in the parliament. I think that, you know, in this politics, you know, everything comes down to timing. There, you know, in this, when there's a budget debate, to carry any other issue is really it becomes redundant to the general public. I think we have to find different means and ways of getting our messaging across to the people. But then, you know, it is not an easy time for politics right now, to tell you the truth. It is not an easy time in even how it is that you communicate, who listens and who has an interest in what is being done or happening nationally. I mean, Ralston Hyman, who you had an interview with before I came on, I heard him saying at the end of his interview that making a plea to the people of Jamaica to take an interest in what is happening in the country.
Yes.
And around them.
Yes.
And I join in on that plea. I join in on that plea.
Finally, Mikhail, one thing finally before I let you go. I know it's not your portfolio, but the Morant Bay Urban Center, Mikhail, was that a bamboozling of the people of Jamaica that also lead to cost in the PNPD election?
Prior to the election, I said it publicly, I said it in the parliament, and I said it publicly that the launch of the opening of the Morant Bay Urban Center was premature. One, the administration spent close to over $5 million in that opening ceremony.
I hear it was 21 million in a Mikhail.
Well, okay.
That's what I heard. That opening ceremony cost about 21 million.
KFC put up a temporary sign and took it down immediately after the ceremony. The municipal corporation put up a banner as if they were moving into their office the following day. There was no sewage connection, there was no light, there was no water, and the buildings were still incomplete. It was all a election gimmick. And the Prime Minister still going around the island, breaking ground for projects which have not. Look at how many times they have announced the Greater Mandeville Water Supply Project, which has 2 phases. Phase 2 start and finish, but phase 1 has not started, and we're going 2 years now or more. But yet still he goes to Parliament and announces the amount of persons who are getting water, additional water from the completed program, which has not yet started. And which has not been connected at all. Right? So, and when we bring these things out, There are so many media that think that we're just being
bad mind
for the want of a word. And they do not do their own investigation. And they give him an easy pass. Right? They have failed. Even though the people have voted them back in, they must know why. But they have failed.
Miserably.
And they failed to elect a party, one with a track record. Because we are the ones who have given them. We would have started the growth process if we were in government. They have not been able and they have failed at bringing growth to the country.
0.8% over the last 10 years.
Failed.
Mikhail, is the Prime Minister's statutory filing still of interest to the People's National Party and the opposition?
But of course.
Parliamentary opposition?
Of course. I mean, it is. You know, if it is that he has not, I am hoping that we are not the only ones that would hold him accountable for it. Yeah. But as I said, in any other democracy, he would not be prime minister today just by not filing and not completing it and not providing the information. If you had any other progressive democracy, which I consider us one, but we're failing to hold our own elected people accountable.
Still a progressive democracy?
I said we have progressed compared to other countries in the world. We have regressed also. I mean, if you look at our international relations, our foreign affairs policies, and just how it is that the country itself is progressing. I said over the last few years we have regressed, but we are in a better place than most other democracies, a lot of other democracies across the world. And that's why it is really disappointing that we are not holding our elected representatives more accountable. And when I said elected representatives on both sides,
yes.
Accountable. Cannot be just one side.
Definitely. Mikhail Phillips, let me thank you for taking the time out to come on the platform this morning. Thank you, my brother. Keep on doing what you're doing. One love.
Thanks for having me.
Blessings.
Okay.
Listeners and viewers, Mikhail Phillips, Shadow Minister of Transportation. And of course, MP, big up yourself, my brethren. This has been the Colin Bell Show for yet another Saturday morning.
Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture say it once and we say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus batch where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is here. Woo!
Yes, sire. So there you have it. Mikhail Phillips, Ralston Iman, thank you very much for being here this morning. Thanks to all the callers and viewers. Remember, tomorrow morning, Talk Jamaica, when we open the phone lines and give you the opportunity to speak. Ed Boy, we want to talk to you about Harbin Hill. Should Harbin Hill be allowed to be governor of the Bank of Jamaica? What can go so? If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to Portland Spice TV. Like and share. The most credible discussion on governance in Jamaica takes place right here on this platform. Every Saturday morning, 9 o'clock until 11. Sometimes we go a bit over like today. And of course, Sunday morning, 9 to 11. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, we start at 5 o'clock. And on Wednesdays, we go up until 8. Because we are joined on, on Tuesdays, we go up until 8. Because we are joined on a Tuesday by Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4, high definition radio. Thanks, everybody. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow morning, Colin Bell saying, blessings.